If you're a sports fan, make sure you go check out SportsCastr for all of your sports news. Whether you are a Patriots fan or not, this is the perfect way to meet all of your sports needs and is a platform I personally use myself in case any of you guys want to catch me live talking about training camp recaps, etc. I'll leave a link in the description below. What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and with breaking news, the New England Patriots have signed free agent wide receiver Cameron Meredith. He was an undrafted signing out of the 2015 draft, where he then spent 2 seasons with the Chicago Bears and then this past season with the New Orleans Saints before they released him on Monday. This move comes as the Patriots obviously still have had an open roster spot for the past few weeks. Of course, they had 2 after Cole Croston was released, and then you had multiple offensive linemen deciding to retire. So the Patriots filled one of those of the 2 open roster spots with an offensive tackle, and with the final roster spot open, they decided to bring in another wide receiver to try and help bolster this position. Now, Meredith has seriously shown that he could have a very promising career in the NFL, but the problem is that injuries have seriously plagued this poor man. Cameron Meredith actually tore his ACL in a preseason game with the Chicago Bears back in 2017, and really ever since then, he's had issues getting healthy and staying healthy. Now, after the 2017 season, he ended up signing with the Saints, and he signed a very extensive deal with the Saints. He signed a 2-year, $9.5 million contract back in 2018, but of course, that only lasted 1 year. Now, the reason that the New Orleans Saints originally signed him to such an extensive deal is because after the 2016 season, he was coming off of a very good campaign. Keep in mind that 2017 season he missed because of the torn ACL. But in 2016 is seriously where he started to shine. He had 97 targets thrown his way with 66 receptions for 888 yards. 13.5 yards a reception, 4 touchdowns, a longest reception of 50 yards, and had a catch percentage of 68%. And the other big thing you have to remember is that in 2016, who the Chicago Bears quarterback was. So after he signs with the Saints in his first year with the Saints in 2018, he ended up only playing 6 games. That's it. He only played 6 games with the team after he missed the entire season of 2017 with his torn ACL. He was targeted 10 times with 9 receptions for 114 yards with 12.7 yards a reception and 1 touchdown with a longest reception of 46 yards. The Saints actually ended up approaching Cameron Meredith about taking a pay cut because obviously they signed him to a very extensive deal worth a lot of money, and they just felt that the base salary he was supposed to make for the 2019 season was just not worth it. Ultimately, he did take the pay cut, but in the end, they felt that even the pay cut wasn't enough, and they decided to release him. Now, the interesting thing here is that Meredith actually visited the Patriots earlier this week, and he remained in the New England area because he was really hoping that the Pats would give him that opportunity, that the Pats would sign him and really give him the opportunity to show that he's not just an injured player, that 2016 was not just a fluke. He's also still fairly young, alright? He's 26 years old and he's 6'3", so he's another guy that is going to bring some pretty nice height to the Patriots wide receiver group. Personally, I'm actually a very big Cameron Meredith fan. Alright, I have some mixed feelings about this signing, but it is not because of Cameron Meredith as a player. Alright, like I said, he brings very good height. He's going to be able to play on the outside. He's going to be able to play in the middle, but he's a fast wide receiver. Alright, that's something that the Patriots really don't necessarily have in the receivers they have, except for maybe Philip Dorsett. But really, besides that, that's all they have. And Cameron Meredith really brings that in, and he mixes in speed with height. The other thing I like about him is his ability to catch in traffic, right? This guy can get hit both ways, getting 2 defenders hitting him from both left and right and still hang on to the ball. He has extremely strong hands, and he's the type of guy that can seriously be a downfield threat for Tom Brady, but he can also do the sweeps, and that's kind of the type of thing that the Patriots loved to do with Cordell Patterson, but of course Patterson also isn't with the team. He does not only have to be a downfield threat, though the Patriots and Tom Brady could easily just have a short yard dump off, just do a quick slant, and he can do something in the type of way that Josh Gordon did and use his speed and strength in order to pick up some yards after the catch. Guys, the only reason Cameron Meredith had not capitalized on that 2016 season is because he never got a chance to because of injuries, okay? Keep in mind that with the Saints, again, he played in just 6 games, in which he also didn't get that many offensive snaps. And in 2017, he didn't play an entire game the entire season. The big thing that worries me, though, is the fact that he is still dealing with the injuries and that he is coming in very late into the process. And when you're at a position such as wide receiver, you cannot really just come into an organization, especially one like the New England Patriots, and just expect that you're going to find your way in. Guys, it's already August. Training camp is starting to really come to an end because the regular season is going to be started. Next Thursday, we have our first preseason game. The Patriots will now be focusing on these games and not necessarily these each individual players as they've been able to do throughout the course of training camp. It also was reported that Cameron Meredith will not travel with the Patriots next Thursday to Detroit at all. He's not even going to sit out and watch the team. They're saying that he's just going to stay in New England and just not travel. It's also reported that the Patriots are going to take it very easy with him. They're going to probably put him on the PUP list and have him work with the other guys. They said they're going to take it super easy with him, make sure that they're working on his legs and his knees and all of his issues that he's having, and are going to do the best to condition him, but they don't want to rush him back into football. I mean, look, the Patriots already got Philip Dorsett, Maurice Harris, Jacoby Myers, all of those guys, and that's not even including Julian Edelman or N'Keal Harry, who are already locks, going into this first team practice. They're practicing with the first team. Then you have all the other guys on the Patriots wide receiver roster that have been here the entire time. You have Demaryius Thomas, although he's injured. You have Dontrell Inman, who has not had a good campaign whatsoever, but he's been with the team way longer. You got Braxton Berrios making some plays. You got Ryan Davis making some plays. And while I love Cameron Meredith, while I feel that he would be such a good fit for the Patriots, I just don't necessarily see where this is going to go if the Patriots are going to be very cautious with him, especially with how late into the offseason we are. At this time, we do not know the terms of the contract, but I would imagine that it's just a 1-year deal worth very minimal. And so my big question going forward with this is, what is Bill Belichick's plan with him? Obviously he knows that he isn't going to be able to fight for a roster spot at this time, but yet he still brought him in and he still signed him. And again, he was just released on Monday, so obviously Bill Belichick really felt that he had to jump on this guy. So is this a guy that Bill Belichick puts on the PUP list to start the season, brings him back later into the season? That's a big question that we're going to have to watch, but the New England Patriots have filled their roster spot, have finally gotten back to the 90-man roster by signing Cameron Meredith. What are your guys' thoughts on the signing? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe yet, join the PG family, and leave a comment below, and let's pop a conversation out. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody who knows when go to the Patriots Global Family. Hit that like button. Let's see how many likes we can get on this video. And other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.